Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Sentinel Sports Extra Cleveland Cavaliers post-game report. We have good news here tonight from Rocket Arena, Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Semifinals. The Cavaliers have defeated J.B. Bickerstaff's Detroit Pistons 116-109. And to cut the Pistons series lead to 2-1. The Cavs did not look good early. It looked as though this was going to be another game where they turned the ball over and could not get on the same page. But something happened. And they led 4-48 at halftime, but then they played a terrible third quarter, getting outscored 33-19. But they did just enough in the fourth quarter, outscoring the Pistons 33-28 to take the 116-109 win. And turnovers, it just looked early like the turnover problems were going to continue, but they didn't continue because the Cavs, it wasn't great, but after the first quarter where the Cavs turned the ball over 6 times, they turned it over 10 times. They turned it over 9 times the rest of the game. And after that first quarter, the 9 turnovers only turned into 10 Detroit points. Now, the Cavs started to force turnovers from Detroit. Detroit turned it over 16 times, and that resulted in 27 Cavaliers points, which that was a huge difference. There, that the Cavs benefited tonight with points off turnovers, which had not been happening. They were on the short end of that stick in the first 2 games, and tonight they turned it around. Is it home court? Yeah. If that's all it was, that's concerning because they have to win a game in Detroit to win this series. So they've got to win Monday night, and then I would have to think they'd have to take Game 5 in Detroit. But here's some of the particulars. Donovan Mitchell led all scorers with 35 points. Cade Cunningham led the Pistons in the loss with 27 points. James Harden had 19, and he played, his minutes were up over the other night. He played 39 minutes. He turned the ball over 3 times only. So nobody had more than 3 turnovers tonight for the Cavs. Duncan Robinson, not Duncan Robinson. Tobias Harris turned it over once. Here's the big one. Cade Cunningham turned it over 8 times tonight. I wonder if Detroit fans want to run Cade Cunningham out of town now because he turned it over 8 times. like Cavs fans wanted to run James Harden out of town. Cleveland fans, sometimes that rotten Browns fan mentality leaks over into the other fan bases. And once in a while, they want to run a guy out of town, like the Browns fans want to run multiple players out of town every week. So I think that's what happened in this case, with Harden. But Harden basically said after the game that I don't listen to it. I don't care. I've been pretty good ignoring that my whole career. So I don't really care what people are saying. He doesn't listen to the chatter, is basically what he said. So, but he played well tonight. We're hearing that thunder. It's over us right now here in downtown Cleveland. Um, so, you know, Monday night will be 8 o'clock here at Rocket Arena, a beautiful Rocket Arena. With the 19,432, like they were loud tonight. They were loud tonight. Kind of dormant during the game until the near the end. It really got loud. And like I said, tonight we're in the auxiliary press section, and we see people right in front of me. Like the row is right in front of me, the first row of fans. And I really like seeing that. I like seeing the fans excited, before I started covering sports, I was just a fan. And I remember how exciting it was to be at games as fans. And sometimes I still go to games as a fan, not Cavs games because I'm covering them, but other sporting events. And it's just the electricity in the crowd is unbelievable. And Donovan Mitchell said after the game that, when he was being interviewed, that he said to the fans that they are a huge reason why this team wins at home like they do. And I really believe he meant it when he said it. And so it's a huge home court advantage here at Rocket Arena. But Monday night, 8 o'clock here at Rocket Arena. The game will be on Peacock. I don't know if it'll be on Channel 3, but it's going to be on Peacock. If the Cavs can win the series, they tie it up. They would tie it up 2-2. But it's not an easy task. This whole series has been close. I mean, today was 7 points. Friday night or Thursday night was 10 points. Wednesday night or Tuesday night was 10 points. So this was the closest game of the series tonight. 7 points. So, the Cavs, they were out-rebounded for the first 3 quarters. And then when it mattered at the end in the fourth quarter, they out-rebounded the Pistons 10-7, and those rebounds were huge. Do I wish they would out-rebound these teams the whole game? Yes. But they seemed to come through in the end. And the defense was, they gave up 28 points in the fourth, but they played really good defense. Huge steal at the end, on an inbound pass when the game was still in doubt. Huge, turnover, huge steal. And just to, it couldn't have come at a better time. And James Harden talked about Max Strus. Donovan Mitchell talked about Max Strus. People, I guess they think if a guy doesn't score 20 or 25 points a game, that he's terrible. I think people need to understand what's going on and what matters. If a superstar doesn't score a lot, and that's his job, well, then you could criticize a little bit, I guess. But if he does it 9 out of 10 times, you really shouldn't criticize because he's doing his job 9 out of 10 times. But I just wonder, like, Cade Cunningham turned the ball over 8 times tonight. Are Detroit fans trying to run him out of town like Cavs fans wanted to run down James Harden out of town after Thursday night? Why? I'm asking this question, Cleveland fan base. Why do we want to run people out of town all the time? Why do we turn on them so quick? Why? James Harden didn't turn on you. He came out and gave a great performance tonight, and they won the game, right? I don't understand why Cleveland fans want to turn on players so quick. You want to be like New York and Boston? That's what's starting to happen, it seems like. But James Harden shut all of you up tonight, and hope he continues to shut you up because, I criticized him a little bit, but I didn't say, wow, let's get him out of here. Too bad we can't bench him right now. There were people actually saying that Kenny Atkinson should bench the Hall of Famer James Harden. I respond to those people with, I'm really glad you don't make any decisions for this team. Guys have bad games. If he plays well the rest of the series, good thing the Cavs didn't listen to you. I just think it's, I had to address it because it drives me crazy. I'll get mad at players. I'll criticize them. But I don't call for guys to be like, get rid of him. Don't play him. That's just stupid. They made this huge investment when they traded for him. That was a big trade. And look, maybe it didn't look great on Thursday night. But it didn't look great on Thursday night. It looks good on Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, though, now, doesn't it? So I'm really glad that Harden, responded today. He's a Hall of Famer, people. Okay? And, we'll see. Maybe this will be the year he has the playoff success and he goes farther than he's gone. I mean, he went to the final. He did go to the finals with Oklahoma City. So he can't go any farther than that. But who knows? Maybe he can win it. But I was pretty happy with today's performance. I thought they played better defense today. I thought the defense stepped up today. And good defense turns into points. And there were times in the third quarter and the fourth that their defense did lapse at times. And I wrote about that in my article, which you can read on LakeCountySentinel.com. But I wrote about that in my article when the defense was lapsing in the fourth quarter, and it was. So I think that, it's, what do you call it? It's a good win. Any win in the playoffs is a good win. But they're going to have to keep that intensity they had today. They were intense at times. There were times where they weren't either, and that's when the Pistons got, back into the game. But I thought it was a pretty good effort by the guys today, and hopefully they give the same effort on Monday and tie the series 2-2. I will not be covering that game. I have a high school baseball game, Wycliffe Blue Devils. We're playing Rhodes from the Cleveland Public Schools at our new field in Wycliffe. So, but I always get a plug-in for Wycliffe. I've lived here my whole life, pretty much. So I won't be at Rocket Arena, and I won't be doing a pregame show, but Ken Krisner will be filling in for me. and he'll be writing the article, and that'll be on LakeCountySentinel.com. And Ken is a brilliant writer, so he'll be filling in for me. He's another Wycliffe guy, and he'll be filling in for me. So I will do a post-game show, though, on Wednesday night or on a Monday night, and hopefully we'll be on right after the game ends, like immediately after the game ends. So until then, I hope everybody has a good rest of the weekend, a good Mother's Day tomorrow. Happy Mother's Day to my mom in heaven. And I hope that everybody has a great day and great rest of the weekend. And we'll see you next time. Have a good night.